Have you ever looked at a really high-performing team and wondered, what's their secret? Well, today we're diving into the one force that can either supercharge an organization or just stop it dead in its tracks. Let's get into it.
So what is that secret ingredient anyway? Is it just about having the most talented people or, maybe the best resources? The real answer is something way more fundamental. It's a powerful force that's at work in every single company, whether we notice it or not.
And that force, it's motivation. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like an engine. It's the thing that takes all those individual parts, all the skills, the ideas, the talent, and actually turns their potential into real forward momentum. Without that engine running, you're just sitting in the driveway, going nowhere.
So why do we care so much about this? Well, because motivation isn't just some fluffy, feel-good, soft skill. Nope, it's a critical, measurable driver of actual business results. This is where that little spark inside one person scales up to become organization-wide success. And this is so important to remember. We talk a big game about company culture, right? But it all boils down to the individual level. It literally begins with the internal psychological state of just one person on your team. That's the seed. Everything else grows from there. And check out this impact. A motivated person doesn't just do their own job better, their energy is contagious. It improves the performance of everyone around them. They're way more likely to come up with new ideas, sparking real innovation. And this is a big one, they are far more likely to stay. That boosts retention and saves the company a ton of time and money. It's a powerful ripple effect for sure.
Okay, so we get it. It's important. But what is it, really? Like, what's actually going on? To truly harness the power of motivation, we first have to understand it. So let's unpack the psychology behind it all.
So here's a solid definition for us. Notice that key phrase, an internal psychological process. This is so crucial because it's not something you can just order someone to have. You can't just say, be motivated. It's an internal drive that then shapes behavior, that ignites engagement, and ultimately, that's what delivers the productivity you need to hit those big goals. What's really cool is how this flow works. See, it all starts with that internal spark, the why somebody does something. That drive then gets translated into actual tangible behaviors, the how. And finally, those actions create a real, measurable impact. It's a clear chain reaction, moving from an internal feeling all the way to an external result. Okay, so if motivation is an internal thing, how in the world are we supposed to influence it? This is where leadership becomes absolutely critical. A leader's job is really to be like a conductor for all that potential energy. You create the conditions for it to thrive, and then you channel it effectively toward a shared goal. And wow, this really lays out the stakes, doesn't it? The path a leader chooses has a direct and, I mean, profound impact. On one side, you've got energized teams, high productivity, constant innovation. And on the other, widespread apathy, a fear of change, and a revolving door of high turnover. A leader's grasp of motivation is truly the fork in the road. And that brings us to this key idea. High performance isn't just about luck, It's not about just hiring the right people and hoping for the best. It's something you actively create. It is the direct result of leaders who actually take the time to learn, to understand, and to apply these principles to truly energize their teams. All right, let's start to bring this all together. We've talked about what motivation is and the absolutely massive role leaders play in shaping it. Now let's talk about the ultimate prize, creating success that doesn't just last for a quarter, but for the long haul.
So here it is, the big takeaway. Real motivation isn't a pizza party or one-time bonus. It's not a temporary fix you can just throw at a problem. It's the sustainable fuel that keeps that organizational engine running, day after day, year after year. It's all about building an environment where that internal drive can just flourish, continuously. And that leaves us with one final big question for you to think about. When you look at your team and you look at your role, are you simply managing the individual pieces, or are you truly taking the time to build and fuel the engine that powers absolutely everything? Because the answer to that question, well, that's what's going to define your success.